Hi guys, and welcome to Dear Esther, part 4. So, in the last episode we went towards a bright light and we ended up down here. And it looks like we're in a little cave. And me and Esther have been away for the week. We went on a little holiday together. We saw the sights, ate in some nice posh restaurants. Let me tell you, that girl Esther, she is a workhorse. She just keeps on going and going, if you know what I mean. But anyways, I'll put the photos up from the vacation on Facebook, so you can check those out if you want. I'm not going to do that; they're private. But yeah, here we are, part 4. Let's do this. So we're in some sort of little cave, and it looks like we're going back outside. And there's the moon, the face on the moon. It's actually made of cheese, the moon is, you know.
The moon over the Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
Okay. Banging on about bloody car accidents again. So, I want to talk to you guys about this game. I guess you can... No, it's not really a game, is it? It's more like a interactive storybook. But, yeah, I think after watching the videos back, because I watched the playthroughs back afterwards, of course, I'm beginning to build up like an opinion about what's going on. And of course,
Dear Esther, I find each step harder and heavier. I drag Donnelly's corpse on my back across these rocks, and all I hear are his whispers of guilt, his reminders, his burnt letters, his neatly folded clothes. He tells me I was not drunk at all.
Right, as I was saying, I'm beginning to build a picture of what's actually going on here, or my opinion anyway. Obviously, some people, they might have a different opinion of what's going on, but I'm going to tell you guys what I think is happening here. So we've got some surgical stuff there again, just a defibrillator there, interesting. But yeah, I think this island is a real place. I don't think it's made up. I also think that the narrator is the guy that you're playing. As I mentioned in a previous video, he's definitely speaking in third person about himself, which leads me to believe that the main character, or the guy you're playing as, is Donnelly. And he's obviously ridden with guilt over the death of his wife, Esther, and that's why I think that this place is real. I think that wherever this island is, it obviously had some significance for the couple, and you know, all these little things that are left around the island, all these diagrams of the wall on the walls and stuff. Donnelly, the guy that you're playing as, has left them all there, because he's obviously very remorseful, very sad about what's happened. And the diagrams, probably a product of madness, or you know, maybe they're even drug induced. Maybe like he's just gone nuts, started taking a load of drugs, and he's seen things like Mr. Rapey Man. Just don't know. Or maybe I'm completely wrong, and maybe...
There were chemical diagrams on the posters on the walls on the waiting room. It seemed appropriate at the time. Still life abstractions of the processes which had already begun to break down your nerves and your muscles in the next room. I crammed diazepam as I once crammed for chemistry examinations. I am revising my options for a long and happy life.
Alright, okay. So obviously recalling memories there from when Esther was in the hospital, probably fighting for her life. Light shone from... It's that light shone from heaven thing again. But yeah, like I said, I think that Donnelly has been painting all these things across the island, and they're just a product of his guilt and his madness. And he's come back to the island, and you're just sort of seeing what's going on. We'll carry on going around here.
From here, I can see my arm.
What's that over there?
I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic. And I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
So you can see he's got lots of boats, lots of paper boats with writing on. He's let them away. Very sad, very sad. But yeah, perhaps this is just you recalling the steps of the man that was once Donnelly. I'm not sure. You know, that's my opinion anyway. That's the idea that I've formulated in my head. Or on a sudden light shone from heaven. Okay, that's the same thing again. So he's just repeating all the same stuff again and again on the walls. Again, leading me to believe that he's mental. He's a mental case. He should be in a straitjacket. But it looks like we're sort of going up to the big antenna, the blinking red light, which has sort of been there all the time. Obviously some sort of objective that we have to get to. So we're going to see what's going to happen. And we're going higher and higher up the mountain. Perhaps we'll find Mr. Jangles again. I mean, I hope that we don't, because you know, that trench coat that he was wearing, it might be...
When Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus, they resuscitated him by hitting him in the chest with stones gathered by the roadside. He was lifeless for 21 minutes, certainly long enough for the oxygen levels in his brain to have decreased and caused hallucinations and delusions of transcendence. I'm running out of painkillers, and the moon has become almost unbearably bright.
Right, okay. Like I was saying, Mr. Jangles, that trench coat that he's wearing, it's fetching on him, but, you know, I wouldn't like to be inside it, if you know what I mean. I don't want to see him again, because when I did see him, I was quite freaked out by it and quite scared. Is that actually someone up there? It better not be, because I was just talking about it. Did I see someone then? Let me actually get up here and have a look. Come on, you can do... Maybe there's like another way around. Let's go and see.
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fibre, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
Okay, it's getting pretty deep now. He's getting very deep. What's that one say? And he was proceeding on his journey. Well, that is what I'm doing. Yeah, let's carry on the journey and see where it takes us. So the writing on the wall is getting bigger. It's... What's this one say? And has come near to Damascus. Okay, so yeah, it's getting more. There's some more here as well. And he was 3
If only Donnelly
days.
had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis.
Without sight.
Retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Okay, infection. Infection of the mind, infection of the body. He's mentioned about that earlier, which is cool. And it looks like we're getting closer to the red light. See what the fuck is going on. Some music started playing again. Pretty cool. There's a little shack up here. Let's see what's
The stones in my stomach will weigh me down and ensure my descent is true and straight. I will break through the fog of these godforsaken pills and achieve clarity. All my functions are clogged, all my veins are choked. If my leg doesn't rot off before I reach the summit, it will be a miracle. There are 21 connections in the circuit diagram of the anti-lock brakes. There are 21 species of gull inhabiting these islands. It is 21 miles between the Sandford Junction and the turn-off for home. All these things cannot, will not be a coincidence.
okay. 21. That's obviously a very important number to him. Not sure if that has any significance or that's just a product of his madness or the drug-induced hallucinations that this guy's obviously seeing. Because he said in one of the earlier videos that he's been cramming down fistfuls of painkillers, so he's obviously not of sound mind at the moment. Got some more writing on the wall. I can't really read what that says. I'm a bit too close to it. But as we're getting further and further up the mountain, the winds are blowing, guys. It's getting stormy up here, and I don't like it. There's more writing as well. Shit is about to get real, I think. I just don't know what to expect anymore. This game has thrown up many a surprise, and anything could happen. You just don't know.
A gull perched on a spent bonnet, sideways, whilst the sirens fell through the middle distance and the metal moaned in grief about us. I'm about this night in walking. Old bread and gull bones. Old Donnelly at the bar gripping his drink. Old Esther walking without her children. Old Paul as ever. Old Paul. He shakes and he shivers and he turns off.
He's actually going mental now. But there we go again, talking about Donnelly and Esther in the same place. But yeah, I fully believe that you're playing as Donnelly, or you're playing as his memoirs, and we're nearly at the top. Damascus, here we are, we're at Damascus. That's epic. We'll go and see what happens. This is weird, man. Like, the fences are making noises, the wind's blowing, shit's about to get real. Wow, there's lots of stars though. So perhaps this is the end of the game. Let's go and have a look.
I am the Ariel. In my passing, I will send news to each and every star.
Oh, so he's the Little Mermaid? I mean, what?
Dear Esther, I have burned the cliffs of Damascus. I have drunk deep of it. My heart is my leg, and a black line etched on the paper all along this boat without a bottom. You are all the world like a nest to me. Eggs unbroken form like fossils, come together, send small black flowers to the air. From this infection, hope. From this island, flight. From this grief, love.
Right, so it looks like we're going up the antenna tower. I don't really have any control at the moment, and now the screen's gone black. So okay, we're in the red light district now. Maybe there'll be a prostitute up here. No. Oh God. And it looks like we're gonna jump off, guys. Are we gonna do it? Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, he's bloody jumped off. So what? The only reason we had to get to the antenna tower was to jump off. That fucking hell. So, wow, that is pretty amazing. I mean, it looks like we're just falling to our death here, and is that a shadow of a bird there? It's fucking. Is that bird wanker? What does that mean? Does that mean that all along I was the bird? Or have I turned into a bird? Maybe I just turned into a bird. This game is just mental. I just jumped off a tower, I've turned into a bloody bird, and now I'm flying around everywhere. I want whatever this guy is taking. But yeah, I guess this is probably the end of the game. This is the last chapter anyway, so I don't think there's any more, but I'll just let it play out anyway. And everything sort of makes sense to me. There's a few things that maybe I don't really get. I'm just trying to think if I can do like a little. There's the bird again. If I can do like a little recap. So there's an island. There was a guy who used to be here called Jacobson, and he wrote a book about it. And there's also Donnelly and Esther. Esther died in a car crash, I guess. And Donnelly, through his grief and remorse, went a bit mental, came back to the island, started drawing shit everywhere, found a rapey man, and jumped off and killed himself. Makes perfect sense. So, yeah, I can't really move anywhere now, so I guess that is the end of the game. So, I hope you enjoyed this commentary, guys. Very interesting and different game. I've also heard that each playthrough is different. Like, you get different models and different speech, like from the narrator. So, you might not want to play it if you watch this, but like I said, it could be different for you. So, yeah, thanks for watching this 4-part series, guys. What would I give that game? Probably give it 5 out of 5 bananas. Very enjoyable, if a little weird. But remember, kids, don't speak to Mr. Jangles. He's not a nice guy. He just wants to rape you. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.